Moving the most colossal objects on Earth requires logistics that border on the absurd. We built specialized crawlers to carry spacecraft to the launch pad and heavy-lift ships to haul oil rigs across oceans. But those structures are designed to be moved. The Hotel Montgomery in San Jose was a 4-story, 86-room monolith made of concrete and steel. It was built to stand in exactly one place forever. The structure weighed 4,500 tons. To put that mass into perspective, you would need to stack 25 fully loaded Boeing 747 airliners on top of each other to match the weight of the Montgomery. Alternatively, you could gather a herd of 750 fully grown African elephants to tip the scales. Lifting that much weight is a pure engineering problem, but severing a century-old concrete building from its foundation and dragging it through a city center requires a community willing to absorb the extreme cost of keeping its physical history intact. In 1911, the first railway station opened in San Jose, California, bringing a sudden influx of people and capital. Developer T.S. Montgomery purchased a plot of land near the tracks to capture that incoming wealth. He built what was arguably the most technologically advanced hotel of its era. This lobby was the centerpiece of a building that offered a private bathtub, a personal telephone line, and elevator access for every floor. For 50 years, the Montgomery was a central fixture of downtown San Jose. By the 1960s, a surging population drove a massive wave of modern construction. Compared to the sleek, large-scale developments rising around it, the Montgomery's concrete facade began to look like a relic. By the 1990s, the contrast was absolute. Right next door stood the Fairmount Hotel, a towering complex with 535 rooms that was frequently overbooked. The Montgomery, meanwhile, sat practically empty. The Fairmount lacked the physical space to add more rooms, so in 1999 they purchased the Montgomery. Their original plan was to completely demolish the old hotel and build a 400-room expansion over the rubble. When the demolition plans went public, residents flooded the streets in protest. The public pressure forced newly elected Mayor Ron Gonzalez to intervene. He assembled a team of architects who proposed a $12.5 million solution. If they couldn't save the location, they would save the building by physically moving it out of the Fairmount's way. The operation began in the year 2000. Moving a concrete building that has settled into the earth for 90 years risks shattering the entire structure under its own accumulated stress. Before they could address the foundation, crews had to gut the interior to protect its valuable fixtures. They meticulously cut the historic Montgomery nameplate out of the mosaic floor tile by tile, and dismantled all the original woodwork and false ceilings for safe storage. Then came the structural work. In standard construction, a foundation is poured first and the load-bearing columns are built on top. Here, engineers had to do the exact opposite. A government agency provided an empty plot of land located exactly 180 feet away from the Montgomery's original site. There, crews poured a fresh foundation. This top-down schematic illustrates the problem. The new footprint had to perfectly match the original century-old dimensions. If the support columns were off by even a millimeter from the anchor points, the structural integrity would fail. To manage the lift, crews brought in a specialized network of 8 hydraulic jacks, each outfitted with heavy-duty mobility wheels and wired into a central computer system. Workers excavated the earth directly beneath the hotel and fitted these wheeled jacks under the ground floor's load-bearing sections. The computer system slowly increased the hydraulic pressure, carefully transferring 80% of the building's total weight off the earth and onto the machinery. Once the jacks held the mast without buckling, workers began slicing through the original concrete pillars. One by one, the deep supports were severed. The final cut detached the hotel entirely from its roots. The 4-story concrete structure was completely airborne, its 4,500 tons suspended solely by the hydraulic wheels beneath it. Thousands of residents gathered in downtown San Jose, lining the barricades, while local television stations broadcast the event live. The hydraulic array engaged, and the building began to creep forward. As it rolled, the computerized network constantly adjusted jack pressure to keep the massive concrete slab perfectly level. Despite months of planning, the 180-foot journey took exactly 15 minutes. Hovering over the plot, the old support columns aligned perfectly with the fresh anchors, and the hydraulic jacks slowly lowered the structure safely into place. In less time than a morning commute, a team of engineers proved that a massive, static structure could be treated as a mobile asset. The hotel sat securely on its new block, while workers spent the next 2 years reinstalling the historic mosaics, ceilings, and woodwork. By the end of the project, the relocation and total renovation had cost $26 million. It reopened to the public in 2002. Today, the Montgomery operates under a global hotel brand, continuing to book guests in the exact same rooms that were built a century ago. The Fairmount got the physical space it needed to build its expansion, and San Jose kept its most famous landmark. The city demonstrated that modern development does not strictly require demolishing what came before it. We can preserve our history as our cities grow, provided we are willing to engineer the machinery required to carry that massive weight. If you enjoyed this look at extreme engineering, please like this video, share it, and subscribe for more stories of human ingenuity.